This
There we
meeting
go.
is being recorded.
Okay, I'll go ahead and call our meeting in order, January 17th, 2023, and it is now 4:30 p.m. Jen, if I can have you call roll.
Magistrate Humphrey,
Present.
Magistrate Coldarn,
Present.
Magistrate Riley,
Present.
Judge Tuckfield.
Present. Move down to item 3, approval of the regular meeting minutes of January 4th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, second by Magistrate Codar. All in favor by show of hands? Appears all in favor, motion carries. Moving down to number 4, fiscal matters. A, approval of the claims on the general fund, road fund, jail fund, along with all transfers presented dated January 17th, 2023. And the transfer is only anticipating we don't receive our check from the state, which most likely we will.
I make a motion that we approve the claims, the transfers from the general, jail, and road fund as presented, along with, as I said, the transfers.
I will second.
Motion made by Magistrate Codar, second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by show of hands? Appears all in favor, motion carries. We now have the second reading on ordinance 0001-2023-0258. It's the amendment of the Recreation, Tourist, and Convention Commission. There was a slight typographical error that was corrected. Stephen, if I can have you speak on that real quick.
There was 2 typographical errors that I noticed in the revised language of the ordinance, or the revised language that would be contained within the new ordinance. And that is that we failed to note, even though we had added campgrounds, campsites, there was only a reference to a room, and it didn't acknowledge that those would be also sites at those particular locations would be subject to the transient room tax. And then secondly, the language that was contained stated it was 30 days or less. And we've changed that to say of a period of less than 30 days. I know for everyone, you're probably saying, well, 30 days or less than 30 days, isn't that the same difference? I'm just making it clear that that anything that's 30 days or less than 30 days is who's subject to the transient room tax. If it's 30 days or greater, the statute says that that is not subject. And so we don't want there to be any ambiguity about day 30.
And that was on the original ordinance, that second issue that we had clarified.
Right. Yeah. The original ordinance, if you read it in the language that was contained there, it actually said of a consecutive period of 30 days or less. So we changed that to say of less than 30 days. So shouldn't be a problem going forward.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Does anyone have any questions?
I have one question.
Okay.
On the project over at the Ark, is this going to affect them any whatsoever?
No, because they're under a TIF under the city of Williamstown.
Okay, so they're still exempt even under
Yes.
that.
Well, Stephen, I may need to clarify. They're exempt from occupational tax, and there was a tax incentive that was done years ago with the ARC. Does that exemption? I may have misspoken.
Well,
You know?
I want to get any further out in front of my skis than I might already be, and I don't even know what you're referring to at the Ark. So I don't know what's going on at the Ark.
The dormitories, is that what you're referring to,
Yes.
Roger?
Uh-huh.
Well, and for that matter, just the traditional transient tax of 3% for the hotel that will open up, which, Roger, to your point yet, I don't think they have any residential short-term housing opened yet, do they, on the ARC's property? So this is a great question to clarify.
It is.
See, transient room tax, and this may be a discussion for another day, and Colton may be able to intervene. I don't know that that's applies to an exemption, like the hotel being built over by the Arcs grounds. I don't know that's one of the exemptions under TIF. I know just because it's applied is the occupational tax has
Well,
come
in
into
the
play.
infrastructure, I could see your
Yes.
point, Chuck, that the transient 3% tax, they would be subject to pay,
Yes.
but
Now the
we can
dorms,
clarify it.
the dorms are a different category than the hotel. I don't know what the arrangements are on it, if they're charging them per day on it. And if so, that would only extend as Stephen said on the 30 days, because a lot of those are seasonal, which will be there longer than 30. So
Right.
we'll
Yeah,
just
and
have to
wonder,
do some
okay.
follow
Well,
up
you
on
know,
that.
what I was
That's a
thinking
good
too is
question.
like, we got, I know, the old Super 8 out there, has been advertising rent by the week. People are actually living there now.
Well, under this ordinance, Stephen, it's correct. They would have to pay it for the first 30 days.
Yep.
Okay.
Right, so anything beyond 30 days plus wouldn't be subject to the transient.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll follow up on that, Roger, because I'm now curious on that, on the arrangement.
I was just curious, like I say, I got to thinking about a couple of different options or a couple of different scenarios. And I said, well, would that affect or not? So,
Okay.
Good question.
Well, I need a motion on the second reading of this ordinance.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 0001-2023-0258 regarding the amendment of the Recreation Touristic Convention Commission.
I second.
Have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, second by Magistrate Codar. All in favor by show of hands? It appears all in favor. Motion carries and the ordinance is passed, and that will be advertised in the next week's newspaper that it has passed. Thank you all. Item C under fiscal court business, we have a motion to reappoint Charles Chuck Given back to the Bullock Penn Water District effective February 24th, 2023, expiring February 23, 2026. Chuck has been a great asset on that board and asking to be reappointed.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Charles Chuck Given to the Bullock Penn Water District effective February 24th, 2023 and expiring on February 23rd, 2026.
I second.
Motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Codar. All in favor by raise of hands. It appears all in favor. Motion carries. We have no old business nor new business to report on. Does anyone have reports or want to wait till our next in-person meeting?
I'll wait till the next meeting.
Okay.
Same.
Moving down to item 8, citizens address. If anyone has anything to add. If not, we'll move down to item 9. I just want to remind the court the next meeting of this body will be held Tuesday, February 7th, 2023, or until the call of the chair. The meeting will be held in the courtroom at 4:30 p.m. With that being said, I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Codarn, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by show of hands? Appears all in favor. Motion carries. We're now adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.